Welcome into the Cowboys Report, presented today on Father's Day by Manscaped. Shake what your daddy gave you and show it off by using Manscaped's top-of-the-line products. I'll tell you all about them later on in today's show, but you save 20% off and get free shipping when you use promo code COWBOYS over at manscaped.com. It is Father's Day, by the way, so I want everyone watching to show their dad some love by typing dad in the comment section. We do know one thing to be true, by the way, that Dak Prescott is the NFC East daddy as well, given his success against the Eagles, Redskins, or I should say Commanders now, and Giants. So type in dad in the comments section. Let's start off today's show with some Sean Payton conversation, as Jerry Jones tried to, but didn't actually fully, in the clear sense of, how Jerry is, dismiss the Sean Payton to the Cowboys rumors. Jerry is trying to keep the focus on the 2022 version of this Cowboys roster, and they want to be contenders. They want to win the title, blah, blah, blah. Jerry did not shut the door 100%. We'll get to his quotes, and I will try once again, in probably embarrassing fashion, to do my Jerry impersonation. Well, shouldn't have been part of the conversation right now as to where Mike is relative to Sean Payton. That shouldn't be there. I don't have that any place in my mind. Mike is not only here, but he's in the best position in my mind to lead this team as ball coach. He's very qualified to win a Super Bowl. He has the kind of qualities as a person that I really want to work with. And I know the players feel the very same way, and his coaching staff feels the same way. Sean Payton shouldn't be out there. For him, the Cowboys, that's just sheer out of the air. It's well known, we're good friends, and, well, I think a lot of him as a head coach. But in this case, asking the way you're asking, he shouldn't be a conversation piece. Mike has got an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. That's really the measurement that I look at. But it's also an eternity between right now and next year. You can grade it A, B, C, D, or F. It's not that good of an impersonation. The rumors are not going, especially that last line, right? Back to non-Jerry impersonation. It's an eternity between right now and next year. That just barely leaves the door open for, we'll see, which is kind of a bit of a problem for the Cowboys and for Mike McCarthy. This is going to be a distraction. This is going to be every time the Cowboys lose a game, the fan base goes, Sean Payton, hire Sean Payton right now. Every single game that it happens, the Cowboys win an ugly one. Sean would have won by 15. That's how it's going to go down. And it's going to be a problem for this Cowboys team. And it's not an ideal situation, make no mistake about it, but it will be up to Mike McCarthy to be able to silence the distraction and keep the team focused on the here and the now and block out all the noise that's going to be around Sean Payton this season. So what do you think ends up happening in the end? Will the Cowboys hire Sean Payton? Y for yes or N for no? Sound off for me in the comments section. This question is going to be the pinned comment, by the way, on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there, type in your Y for yes or your N for no. The big question mark for me is this. Who makes the hire? Is it Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones? I don't know how great Stephen and Sean would get along, given they have very differing viewpoints on how the salary cap can and should be utilized. If it's Jerry, well, then maybe he does end up pushing for Sean Payton. If it's not Sean, you could certainly see a guy like Dan Quinn simply gets promoted in the end. I do want to spend some time here comparing Mike McCarthy versus Sean Payton. 15 years apiece as head coach. A couple more games for Sean Payton in total because, Mike got fired midway through one season. The winning percentage, slightly in favor of Sean Payton, 63.1 versus 60.8. Mike has the advantage playoffs-wise, 10-9 versus 9-8, one more year postseason-wise for McCarthy. Both have one title. Both had great quarterback play in their primes. Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Hall of Famers. The big difference is the last 5 years. Sean Payton missed the playoffs one time in that time frame. Mike McCarthy made it twice. 50.7% versus 71.6%. McCarthy is brought down a little bit by the injury to Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers too, but that's a big gap in the last 5 years. Obviously, you have to let 2022 play out. but this is going to be a national story on a consistent basis. It's the Cowboys. It's Sean Payton. It got enough hype with the Dolphins. It's going to be ramped up to 100 if Sean Payton and the Cowboys and that continues, and if Mike McCarthy is let go. Now, we asked you what you think will happen. What do you want to happen? Do you want Sean Payton as the Cowboys head coach? Type H for you want to hire him, or P for you pass. You want to go get Dan Quinn, somebody else altogether. Let me know what you prefer in the comments section. It is Father's Day, so whether you are a father, you want to be a father, or maybe you just want to be somebody's daddy, you should be using Manscaped. 52% off the Platinum package, all the items grouped individually versus the package with promo code Cowboys, additional 20% off. You're saving 52%. Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker, the most comfortable boxers known to mankind, the body wash, the shampoo and conditioner, the deodorant, the ball toner, ball conditioner, and of course the travel case. All of it, an incredible deal at Manscaped. Head over to manscaped.com and use promo code Cowboys. That link will be in both the comments section and it will be in the description of today's video. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. More quotes and comments here from Jerry Jones, impersonation coming up. Jerry was asked about putting Jimmy in the Ring of Honor. And remember, Jerry had said when they put Jimmy in the Hall of Fame, we're going to put him in, more or less paraphrasing. And now he's like, I don't know when I'm going to go about that route. And it is, for the record, ridiculous that Jimmy's not yet in the Ring of Honor. How can you be in the NFL Hall of Fame and not be in the Hall of Fame for your team? The reason why you made it certainly wasn't because of what he did in Miami. Here's what Jerry had to say on Jimmy. Well, nothing determined out there at all. That's something that I've never really decided upon until almost a week or two before I do it. But as far as of any individual that will ultimately in that Hall of Fame, I don't have that. It is long past time to put Jimmy Johnson in the Hall of Fame. It just screams of pettiness from Jerry that he hasn't put Jimmy in so far. Jerry, you got to get over it. You have to do it now. Do this while both of you are alive. You don't want to be remembered as, well, Jerry didn't put him in until after he was gone, or you don't want to have to put Jimmy in after he passes on. That's not going to look good for you at all, Mr. Brand. You've got to put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. There's no reason he should not be in there. It comes down to pettiness. And the fact, by the way, that Jerry said he was going to do it and now isn't so sure just makes it seem like he was trying to steal some of the spotlight away from Jimmy when he originally did it back around the Hall of Fame game. So if you think Jimmy Johnson needs to be in the Cowboys Ring of Honor, type in "duh" in the comment section, because no shit he needs to be in there. Get the does flowing right now. While you're down there, make sure you guys are subscribed to us here at the Cowboys Report. We've got free and daily Cowboys videos, sometimes multiple times each day. We're trying to get to 130,000, so help us out. Hit that big red button if you're watching on YouTube right now. A trade idea floated out now by Bleacher Report I want to get into. A safety one. You guys know how I love safeties. Cowboys get Chuck Clark. The Ravens get a 2023 fourth-round pick. We're going to break this down more in depth momentarily, some pros and cons and why I'm kind of like, about it. But would you do that trade? Would you trade a fourth-round pick for Chuck Clark? Type in D for deal, or you can type in ND for no deal. The contract for Chuck Clark is very cheap. 2 years, just over $6 million, despite what was reported by Bleacher Report. We're going to that in a minute here. The Cowboys do not have a major need at safety at this point. They are in good shape overall, but the Ravens allegedly shopped Chuck Clark pretty heavily during the draft and allegedly weren't even able to find a trade partner for him. So that should raise a bit of a red flag from that standpoint. Here was the argument suggested by Bleacher Report. Clark is set to receive a new contract after the year, and he would surely rather be in a situation where he can build value and cash in. Just quick aside, by the way, it's not true. He's got 2 more years left on his deal. Dallas has the perfect opening next to free safety Malik Hooker and versatile defender Jaron Kearse. The Cowboys saw both Keanu Neal and Damontae Kazee depart in free agency, and Clark could help fill the box if really split in 2021. Casey was not the box safety. But anyway, and Keanu was a linebacker. Clark and Kearse offer well-rounded skill sets to give D coordinator Dan Quinn more flexibility when moving each around. Both can cover tight ends in the slot, attack line of scrimmage, and functionally play two high shells. Hooker would be relied upon more to play the ball and produce turnovers. The first part was not that true. The second part is. Clark is a good football player, and that sums up his skill set pretty well. Able to play some up and down stuff, and I think would fit more in the Donovan Wilson mold that I expect he's going to play this year for the Cowboys. Clark has been a pretty steady football player. Good amount of pass breakups, not drastically different production year over year. 3 tackles for loss, INT or 2, bunch of pass breakups, held up well in coverage. He's a good football player. But a 4th-round pick for a guy that is maybe safety 3 goes against the Cowboys' established MO when it comes to the position. And if you had told me this a year ago, I would have been all for it. Now, you have Jaron Kearse, you have Malik Hooker, feel like you're hoping for a big breakout year from Donovan Wilson, and there is excitement around some young safeties. Marquise Bell, who certainly fits that mold. Israel Mukuamu, Tyler Coyle. So my proposal is this. Don't even consider doing this deal right now. What you can do, though, is wait. See how training camp and the preseason go. And if, Wilson gets hurt again, or if there's concern about the UDFAs and Mukuamu, then maybe revisit it. So I like Clark. I'm not shutting the door on this right now, but I don't think safety is actually that big of a need right now for the Dallas Cowboys.